Hello, it is 5:30 p.m. in Yangon. It's 1 p.m. in Cairo. I'm Monita Rajpal.
I'm Zain Verjee. You're watching CNN, the world's news leader, and this is World One live from London.
Myanmar looks set to be turning a corner in its history after years of military rule, oppression of civilians, and being shunned by the West. In less than 24 hours, Hillary Clinton will arrive in the country in a symbol of Washington's belief that change is underway. Large numbers of political prisoners have been freed. Well, Myanmar has also agreed to allow CNN news teams into the country for the first time in over 3 years. Well, CNN's Paula Hancock is there now and joins us from Yangon. Paula.
Well, Monita, you join me outside the Shwedagon Pagoda here in Yangon. This is one of the 7 wonders of the world. It's one of the sites that Secretary of State Hillary Clinton will be coming to see in just a couple of days.
It's not only the U.S. Many Western countries maintain economic and military sanctions against Myanmar. Let's take a look at the European Union. It banned all sales of weapons and military equipment back in 1996, and then it tightened sanctions in 2007 after Myanmar cracked down on pro-democracy protests. And then to Australia. Australia targets members of Myanmar's junta and their associates with financial sanctions. New Zealand, it actually has a long-standing ban on visas for military leaders and their families. And then Canada. Canada bans imports and exports to Myanmar, except for humanitarian goods. It also froze the assets of junta members. And finally, let's take a look at China. It's Myanmar's biggest political and economic ally, but relations with China have been pretty strained since September. That's when Myanmar suspended the construction of a hydroelectric dam that was being built with Chinese help.
They are determined to have their say in Egypt's future, and if Monday was any indication, people are prepared to wait hours to cast their votes. The opening round of parliamentary elections has entered its second day. Egyptians, many of them first-time voters, are electing a lower house, which will then draft a new constitution. From there, presidential elections will be held in June. Military leaders say then and only then will they hand power to the new government. Some activists are boycotting the vote. They say it should be a civilian body that manages the transition to democracy, not the army. This is World One, live from London. Our top stories this hour. Iranian students are expected to demonstrate today in front of the British embassy in Tehran. They want the British ambassador to be sent home immediately. A rare snowstorm has left parts of the United States, of the southern part of the United States, blanketed in white. And it's not even December, folks. Meteorologist Ivan Cabrera is at the World Weather Center with more on that. Ivan?
Yeah, that's the key there. It's not even December, but even in January, February, it would still be quite remarkable. Here we did. Or next week, Monita.
See, Ivan, you're looking at it as glass half empty. There may not be snow, but there's a snow lodge.
Yes, there is a snow lodge. You can drink up and still have a good time.
Exactly.
I'm sure.
Exactly.
Best part of skiing.
Exactly.
This is World One live from London.
Are you tired of paying fuel surcharges when you fly, or just furious at the greenhouse gases from airliners?
We bring you the plane that needs no fuel other than the sun.
Now to Durban, South Africa. The UN's 17th summit on climate change is only on its second day, but delegates are already divided along familiar fault lines. Rich and poor nations are clashing over the fate of the Kyoto Protocol. Canada says it won't commit itself to a second term. Kerno is in Durban following the conference. She joins us now live. Robin, why is Canada not, committing to the second term?
Well, it still reports that Canada is not signing up to Kyoto in a sort of second incarnation, and that's because it's about domestic politics. Surprise, surprise. Current administration says that
the grieving continues and the search for answers is getting underway following the sudden death of Gary Speed. Don Riddell joins us now with the latest details for us on that. Don.
Thanks, Monita. One of Gary Speed's closest friends says that the Wales manager had no history of depression and that neither he or the family have any idea why he would have taken his own life at the weekend. And he's back in Formula One. He's joined the Renault team, meaning there'll be 6 current or former world champions in F1 next season. We'll have more on that for you in World Sport.
That's why his name has been trending on Twitter.
Now you know.
Now I know. Thank you very much. Welcome back. You are watching World One. Here are some of the stories that we're talking about. Certainly not the kind of rags to riches tale we usually hear about. 3 wealthy asset managers from the U.S. state of Connecticut won the biggest jackpot in the state's history. Their $1 investment was the ticket to a prize of over $100 million. The 3 men say they'll give a portion of their winnings to charity. Oh, that's nice of them. This is great video. You have to check this out. They may be somewhat toothless, but they are ruthless. 2 former Canadian football players in their 70s fought with fists and a cane. It's great video on stage and on camera. The grudge goes back nearly 50 years to a disputed championship where Angela Mosca on the right there and Joe Cap went head to head. Joe Cap is on the left, and it's pretty evident it's far too soon for these 2 to let bygones be bygones. Oh, Canada. Now, as mobile phone use soars in Africa, even the lions are sending SMS messages. In Kenya, big cats have been fitted with GPS collars that send messages to a computer system that maps their location. The idea is to avoid putting Maasai herders and their livestock at risk from the local lion population. At $3,000 a piece, the collars are a pretty exclusive accessory for a lion. Only 10 have got them so far. Zain?
Asante, Monita. You're watching World One live from London. I'm Zain Verjee.
And I'm Monita Rajpal. You're watching CNN, the world's news leader.